Hey everybody, welcome to the Sky Lounge. Here to discuss some Vegas Golden Knights action. Oh, damn! Haven't done that in a while. Welcome to the season review and season preview. Holy shit! I know, I meant to do this goddamn month ago. Seriously, I mean, have this shit all lined up. Like, oh, I'm gonna write all these notes. I'm gonna talk about the Vegas Golden Knights. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Didn't happen. Procrastination's a bitch, boys and girls. So, let's talk about the 2018-19 season, huh? Well, the season started not so hot, right? Nate Schmidt was serving that PED suspension for 20-some-odd games, which was ridiculous, by the way. Just a microscopic level of one substance, and the NHL freaks out. And during that time, the Vegas Golden Knights were on this terrible fucking skid of just losing games. And once Nate Schmidt came back into the lineup, we bounced back, had a lot of good fucking runs, and then went back to that just curled up fetal position, or what the fuck are we going to do with the season kind of thing. Despite all of that, as I recall, there wasn't really a dogged race for that third place in the Pacific Division. And the reason why I say that is because between Vancouver and Arizona, they just didn't know who the fuck actually wanted to win. So Vegas kind of stood third place as the guys like, oh, cool, we're just gonna keep it going. But despite, the slow start, Vegas still showed some character. They showed some, grit. I mean, you would imagine a second-year expansion team would probably fall back a little bit. And we did, but obviously there were people out there who thought this team was just going to fucking fail. But no, again, because the way that Pacific Division, Calgary and San Jose were going neck and neck, but Vegas solidified that third place, which was curious. But there was a lot of question marks, right? As Vegas fans, we were all wondering, like, is this it? This isn't really all that impressive. And what really stood out to me, which was a game I didn't go to, but I let my friend go to the game, and it was the Winnipeg Jets versus the Vegas Golden Knights. And people started leaving early in the third period because they were down 5-2 at the beginning of the third, and there was no way back. But the one thing I always say, boys and girls, is this. Whether you win or lose, like you got, if this is your team, you got to support your team. And yes, you might see me on here ripping this team's new, like an asshole that is probably on the head, which doesn't make any fucking sense. But the reason why I criticize my teams is because there's a lot of love to them, right? I love my teams. All the teams I follow here, I love them. And when I criticize them, it's because I know they can do better. I know they can do better. I know the quality is there. And when they don't deliver, it's frustrating. And Vegas was really a little underwhelming throughout the season. And then comes the trade deadline. We got Mark Stone. That's right, boys and girls. Mark Stone, the big trade deadline acquisition, the guy who was named everywhere, even Winnipeg was thinking about him. He chose Vegas. And yes, we had to trade one big piece in Eric Brandstrom. The bandwagon has left the Vegas train, and it's okay, because in Ottawa, maybe Brandstrom is going to pick up that next level and be that elite player that we potentially know him to be. I don't know. But we got Mark Stone in the lineup. And when the Vegas Golden Knights, up to that point, were still going through this kind of skidding finish through the season, Mark Stone came into the lineup and instantly rejuvenated the lineup again. Like, the way Vegas started playing after Mark Stone was absolutely impressive. The power play was just phenomenal. The way, that quote-unquote first line, which is technically the second line, of Mark Stone, Paul Stastny, and Max Pacioretty, that line became something special to watch. And yes, Pacioretty may have gone through the small blips of just not scoring, but that was a really fun line towards the end of the season. And it became all too apparent once Calgary, claimed that first spot that we were going to face San Jose in the first round of the playoffs. And yes, we're going to talk about it. But let me just finish it off with this. The Vegas Golden Knights finished 32-7 with 93 points in their second season, making it to the Stanley Cup playoffs, finishing third in the Pacific Division. Which is, again, can we put that into context and say how absolutely impressive that is? Or I guess we could just suck off some other team. But that's fine. That's fine. If you don't want to praise the Golden Knights, that's fine. But for me, I was impressed in the sense of the outsider's perspective looking in. If you don't know anything about the sport and just say, hey, an expansion team got to a final in their first year and they have made it to a subsequent playoff, the very next year. Folks would say that's kind of crazy. No way that happens, but it did. It did. And while the Vegas Golden Knights did make it to the playoffs, oh boy, it became a fuckery all on its own. The Vegas Golden Knights took a lead 3-1. Took a 3-1 series lead. Okay, let's just think about this. Vegas lost the first game, and in San Jose, game 1 they lost. It happened. Game 2 they picked up momentum. They won. It was awesome. Game 3 and 4, Vegas wins it at home. And then they lost 3 straight. And let's talk about Game 7. Because yes, Game 6, it was an overtime loss, soft goal loss by Marc-Andre Fleury. And in Game 7, my God, Game 7, you're up 3-0. That major penalty is called. 5 minutes on the fucking penalty kill. San Jose's on the power play for 5 straight fucking minutes. And guess what San Jose does? 4 goals in 4 minutes and 4 seconds. And yes, Jonathan Marchessault tied it up to get it to overtime. But overtime, San Jose scored. And Vegas lost in the first round of the playoffs. Yeah. Now, I've said this multiple times. All right? I need all you fucking morons who skim shit to really listen to me on this shit. I do not blame anybody else losing this series and game except the Vegas Golden Knights. Yes, that 5-minute major was corrected the next day. NHL said it was wrong. Shit happens. How do you fucking blame the refs for blowing a 3-1 series lead? How do you fucking blame a ref for blowing 4 fucking goals in 4 minutes and 4 seconds on a penalty kill? So as a Vegas fan, I'm not going to be that fucking guy that says, oh, this is major, everything's wrong. No. At the end of the day, Vegas lost that series, right? And with that loss, Vegas felt like it just, the heart shriveled up like a little prune and then we flicked it out. But the reality is, yeah, we lost that series. We got to move on to the next season. That was really it. At that point, I just said, all right, done and dusted. Season's over. Let's move on to the next one. And, we're in the middle of July right now. As I'm recording this, it's July 18th. This will be released on Sunday, July 21st, because I'm going to be in LA. Happens. And with all of these trades from the Vegas Golden Knights, a lot of people may feel, oh, we're depleting our roster. We sent Eric Holla away. We sent Colin Miller away. We didn't resign Pierre-Edouard Bellemare or Ryan Carpenter. My God, this team is going to be doing just fine, kids. Because to me, all right, and don't let anybody else tell you this, but from my perspective, there is a core group of guys for the Vegas Golden Knights you have to keep, and Vegas has done so successfully. Mark Stone, William Karlsson, Jonathan Marchessault, Nate Schmidt, Shea Theodore, and Marc-Andre Fleury. Those 6 guys are so crucial to this club that, to me, yes, the other pieces are nice. The other pieces are awesome. I love Pacioretty. I love Stastny. I love fucking Riley Smith. I don't fuck Riley Smith. I'm just saying I fucking love Riley Smith. But to me, that core has to be kept. And whatever else we do, with minor contracts here and there, I believe it's going to carry forth, right? And so, really, boys and girls, I know it's frustrating. I know Vegas being over the salary cap means we can't sign players right now. Restricted free agents are a bit tied up as of this recording. Nikita Gusev still isn't signed as a restricted free agent. I know Jimmy Schultz is another one. A couple of other cats, but for Vegas, I would still say this. The Pacific Division may get stronger, but Vegas, I still think, has a good enough roster to not completely falter. And again, these are all just opinions and speculation, boys and girls. So if you get your panties in a bunch, untangle that shit, throw it to the fucking laundry bin, and get a hold of yourself. All right? So, boys and girls, the 2018-19 season ended in the worst possible dick punch, but we hope the 2019-2020 season, 3rd year for the Vegas Golden Knights, will be something spectacular. Hopefully a cup. So that about does it for me, boys and girls. So follow me at the Sky Lounge and all the links in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe for more daily contents. Now, fuck off.